Ta ta ta. I'll just entertain. Don't worry. Hi. Welcome to the pre-show. Let's see if he still has his headset on. Joshua. Yeah. So he is currently, for anybody here joining us on the pre-show, he is looking for the problem with the audio feedback. We figure it out every so often, and then we'll fix it, and then a new one develops. This one might be lots of sounds coming. Might be his power cord crossing over. Hey, man.
Hi.
Just if anybody was out there in the old ethos, I was giving them a little update on what you were doing.
Am I too bright?
I can be
I didn't
brighter.
even ask about that. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go to dark mode on my screen. There we go.
There you go.
I like that. It's a little bit of...
Coming down to meat.
No, I think now... Oh, wait, maybe you're too.
I am.
And the good thing about the new light is that I got the Sidus Link app, which works really swell.
What is the Sidus Link?
Basically an app that controls all of your aperture lights.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And I love it. Okay, so let's see. What have we got here in the chatto? Today's description. Join the chat. We'll see where things take us. I don't know if we'll go anywhere, but it will definitely be a journey. Ooh, I think I should add that.
Genevieve. Look at her. Look at her.
I'm going to add that. I don't even see what she's saying yet.
She says, but really, it's not a vlog pastors without being late. And this would be true. Yeah,
so
you got us. You got us.
Jarrod, I hate to say it, but I didn't hear it until you swapped cameras last week.
You want to go back to the other one?
It's there again.
I've got 7 minutes. I can do this. Man, I don't want to. Okay, yep, I can do this.
Are you sure you're going to try?
Well, we can't have the feedback thing. If that's what it is, that's a quick fix.
But who knows
right
if
away.
it is?
If it's not, then I just swapped out cameras. We're good.
Sometimes I walk right into it. Josh, you're not too bright.
I'll be back.
Oh, you're going to try it?
I'm going to try it.
Fine, you try it. All right, well. It's just going to go with a black screen. We're going to have a blank
Okay, I was going to say,
guest.
do I need to hang up or just go with it?
I don't know. You can do whatever you feel like. We'll see if it works.
I'll do what it wants.
David, Brian, 4A?
Welcome.
What's up? Good to see you. Glad you're here.
We should just go handheld with it.
We're just...
Oh, everybody getting sick.
This is hilarious. I love... Oh, he went black. He's gone.
Black.
You know what that means? I think while he's there... I wonder if I could... Let me see if I can find it.
Dude,
overlay. Can I find it? Let me go to documents. Where's my assets? This PNG. How do you like that, John? There we go. Put a random pic of Jarrod in there. Wayne can find it. We're trying to find like this weird this sound. I was looking on my Rodecaster, and when this is happening, I've got two XLR mics, XLR 1 and 2. They're both fine. Like, I just stopped talking. Silence. He stopped talking, but yet his channel kept going. However, on my end, that's the same channel that goes into my MacBook, so it could be anything from his end into my end back into the Rodecaster, because it's going back and forth. So I thought it might have been me, but yeah, I don't know. Ooh, that's a good idea. He's saying, Adam, we'll be right back under the baby Jarrod. We'll be right back.
I like big cameras in the can, not lie.
I think I want this one, and we want to go We'll do like an orange for him. I like orange. And I need like a Comic Sans or something. That'd be hilarious. There, perfect. Add. Jump. Oh, this is so much fun. See? Oh. It was there, and then it's gone. And that was right as he unhooked his camera. You see that? Because now we got the generic one. Ooh, John might be onto something. John might be onto something. It very well could be. Ooh, we got to try using Adobe's new speech tool to see if it edits out that kind of static. Ooh, that's a good idea. I could take the beginning part of this because it does record it. So I could take the beginning part. Ooh, did I make sure to record that? Preferences. Yeah, I got the audio going. So I think that's something that I could definitely try, is to take the beginning portion of this audio alone and then pop it in there and see if it'll edit it out. If it does, hey. If not, hey. Ah, coffee. Okay. Yes, that tool is phenomenal. I definitely agree. There are a couple times that I've used it and it maybe over-processed it just a hair, but that's when there was lots of noise and I was trying to make lots of noise. I was trying to work on a video back when I first came out of doing it, and so I was creating lots of distraction. It did great if I was in a normal situation. When I tried to add extra stuff in, it didn't work so great. And it was a little weird with one of the sermons that I did. There was a lot of the congregation being vocal, and in that, it distorted their vocals a little bit, so it just sounded artificial. Imagine that. Jarrod singing, I like big cameras, yeah. If only he knew. If only he knew. Oh, if only he knew what I've got in store for him in a little bit. So once we go live, because I do have something in store for him that he's not aware of. And it's so new, floating around on Twitter, that it hasn't even started trending yet. So I have a feeling he's not even seen it. That's my hope, at least. Okay. Took another pastor in town's audio that was horrible, cleaned it up. Yeah. Well, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, if there's content creators that are wanting to help out other pastors and stuff, like, man, that would just work so smooth. I'm sure somebody, if they would have the, there's a bug on my, it's a weird bug. If they had the desire, could go around to a bunch of churches and say, hey, if you can get me like your sermon audio, I'll get it uploaded onto a podcast for you every week and get a dozen or so, probably make a nice, decent side hustle doing that stuff without a whole lot of time, especially because of, you know, like with Spotify for podcasters now, used to be Anchor. They've rebranded it, added some extra tools, stuff like the Adobe Podcaster tool, which I've got access to that full podcast suite. I just haven't played with it yet, which I really should. That way I can let y'all know how it works. That would require me making videos too. We'll see if that happens. Yeah, it makes it dead though. Yeah, like you have no room, like you're recording in the studio. Yeah, which is, I mean, it's good and bad. I've used it for my sermons and then I've taken it back out on the sermons because I do like a little bit of that room noise. Looking around me, make sure I thought I heard somebody behind me. Uh-oh. And now, what have I got here? There was a chat. Genevieve says she's not on coffee duty. She'll have to be right back. Which means it's a good thing that all of my kids have got phones now. See who's on coffee duty. Less than a minute left. Less than a minute left. You think there's less than a minute left. You think there's less than a minute left. You know what I think? I think there is 5 minutes left. We're giving Jarrod some time, and then once he gets in, then we'll run live. I don't want to try to run this thing live without him. I mean, I could, but I don't want to. Because then it would just be Vlog Pastor podcast and not Vlog Pastors. I like the plurality of it. It's beneficial. Yeah, you have the upload down to about 5 minutes total. I think mine is about that for uploading the podcast because I've got my A6600. I record the video and the audio. I don't do anything with the video. It's just there in case I wanted it. Pull open the MacBook, open up Adobe Audition. I drag, I drop. I've already got my presets set in there with like a dynamic processing and I don't know. I think it's a noise gate filter and maybe noise reduction, something like that. So I drop that stuff in, process them pretty quick.
What's happening here? Yeah. I'm back.
Yep, you're back. All right. Now I've got to figure out where this one is.
What in the world is going on?
Your focus is off is the only thing now. Your focus is just on your microphone. And apparently your audio is echoing. But that's okay. So anyways, yeah, after I do that, I apply the effects rack, which is in a preset for Sunday sermon. And then, what do I do after? Ooh, there it is. Trying to delete that one. And then after the effects rack, I go to the audio normalization. I bring it all up to -16 LUFS because that's what Spotify likes. And then export it. Drop it into into Spotify for podcasters and type in whatever. That's it. But yeah, I think 5 minutes is probably where I'm at on that too. Save that overlay for later, Josh. Oh, I've always got it. See? It's just right there. It's a click away. It's a click away. Just bring it right there. Hi, Jarrod.
Hello. Did we fix the buzzing problem?
I have not heard the buzzing problem. And here is just for point of reference. Who knows? But for point of reference, when you were like unhooking the camera, but the HDMI was still plugged in, it just had a black screen. Once you unplugged the HDMI, then I think it kicked it completely out of your thingamajigger. And so you left the waiting room or the green room or whatever. When that happened, right before that happened, it started staticking a little bit. And then as soon as it unplugged and it went back to the generic guest one, it went away. And it hasn't been back since. So maybe, but that would be weird if it's just coming from, because that was your A7S3? Or was that the A66? This is the A66, right?
This is the A66. That's why the super crop we got going on here.
I don't know. I think you're all right.
That's as far back as it'll go. It's a good piece further than the full frame, and it is wide open.
Oh, I know what I needed to do. I was getting ready to do something. Jen sent me a message, and she said she's got to go help with Grandma, so she's not on coffee duty. And I need to give a thumbs up to that one. And then I've got to figure out which kid is here. Scratch
Man,
that,
I'm sour about it.
I'm back.
Sour about it. I know. I'm sour about it. And so is it still going?
Now it's gone. Josh was going to share it on the social. I wasn't going to share anything on the social anymore. I was going to share something that I found on social with Jarrod in a little bit, but I think that's going to be saved for the...
What just happened? Is it doing it?
I'm going to unplug stuff. Random stuff. It did it. I don't know if it's my end or your end or who knows what end.
Dude, my internet's struggling today, so who knows what I'm putting out into the old interwebs.
Coffee duty. Oh, we got 7 seconds and then it's going to cut us off and it's going to go into the thing.
Welcome to the Vlogpastors Podcast, a podcast all about the stories and strategies of sharing God's love in the digital world. Now, here are two pastors that love to put a camera in their face and walk around in public. They are the peanut butter and jelly of digital ministry, Jarrod Brown and Joshua Verwers.
That's right. My name is Joshua Verwers.
And I'm Jarrod Brown. Welcome to Vlogpasters.
That's right. You are you. We are we. And today is what it is. You're catching us on the Vlogpasters podcast live and on demand on the interwebs. Somewhere.
Yeah. This is also a tech support episode today. So we'll be answering and working through glitching questions. Go ahead.
It's tech support because as, I did it last week. I did it. I answered the challenge. Y'all saw it. I fulfilled the challenge from last week. It was done. It was completed. It was uploaded just in the nick of time. And even at the end of it, I took John's advice. I didn't know if I wanted to make a whole video about pushing purchase on the light and the softbox and everything. So instead of doing that, I just thought, well, maybe I will just add that in as a little bonus at the end of it. So that's what I added. A little as a bonus at the end of it.
I didn't get that. So I thought you were teasing the next vlog. So I was like, oh, here we go. That was awesome.
I literally hit purchase. I did the screen record and hit purchase on it, and it was like, there. Now it's ordered, and it's actually
it's here.
Right there.
Well, did you film any of it?
No.
You and John are killing me with this.
I don't like doing unboxings. Here's how I do unboxings. Let me see if I can pull it over here.
Let's do it.
Just so you can see it. Wait, apparently that didn't even work. How about there? There we go. Here's how I do unboxings. I just unbox there, and I unbox there, and I take out of the package there, and I
nice package. Hold on,
put
show
it
me
up
that package.
there.
I want to see that in a minute, but show me that package first. Okay. So is that a carrying case? Put some hands on that thing. I want to see if it is it styrofoam? What are we looking at? Okay. But is meant to be taken with you. Is that correct? Okay, there's a handle on it. I see that.
And what you can't see over there is a case for the lantern. And now you're all motion sick, but put together. It's right there.
How difficult was it to put together the lantern?
Is it pretty much simple?
Does it just collapse and expand together like those little legs? Okay. Yeah,
so you put the nose is what I'm going to call it. So you put it kind of like face down, nose down, and then the back where the Bowens mount is, you push down, and you can see it has like a wire that kind of has it's full, and then a beam
like
here.
An umbrella.
Yeah, and then underneath just two little hooks, so you just push it down, and it collapses on the hooks, and then it holds its position. So if you
were to disengage it, it's basically like an umbrella. You depress something, and then it'll pop back up.
So the bar, the center support bar that holds, all the umbrella ribs. So that's what holds it out. But to keep the tension so that they expand, to keep the tension in, there's a support bar in there. And at the very bottom on the nose, there are like these two hooks. And so this bar goes down and then it hooks on there to hold it. And then to disengage, you would push back on the end of the Bowens mount, and then it just pop up and out. And then it holds its position, throw it in that sleeve,
together,
and you're gone. And I like the fact that this is at 5% of its brightness. Why not? We're live. I can go ahead and do it, can't I? Go over here in my Citus link. I click on my fixture. I click on the light. It connects for a second. And if I were to take it all the way up,
whoa,
I'm dead. And that's 25% right there.
Wait, how are you doing this? What's that? What is that?
It's the app. Full, half, quarter.
Okay.
Or we'll go down to off.
Man. Okay.
There you go. How'd you like that? Did I blow out your eyes?
Woo, it's bright.
Back to 5%.
Intense.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I've got the XM or the SM7B, but the fan noise, I wonder if I could even do it. I don't even know. Hold on, let me try this.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Shenanigans. Hope everybody's having a good day today. We sure are having fun working through all this new techie stuff.
Nope, that didn't work.
Gear and whatnots.
I was going to try to put my second SM7B right up behind it so you could hear the fan noise.
Man has two.
Yeah, I've got two SM7Bs. I'm all bougie. So I was trying to put the second one right up behind it, and I had it that far away, it wouldn't pick up the fan noise on the SM7B. So I looked down at my Rodecaster and nothing. I can hear it to the ear with my headphones on. I can't. When I pull it off, I can. But it's like I've got to listen for it. Otherwise, it's just like normal kind of white noise around. So here's the main thing I'm really impressed with is the way that it actually lights the face feels better.
Good.
Now I still haven't dialed in all of my lighting just yet, but even like looking up at it, that's a softer light even on my glasses with the reflection because you can still see my eyes. Where with the other one, would be a lot worse.
It's pretty harsh.
So it's good, and I can still play with it. And even at that, I've got my ISO up at 640. So it's a little bit darker than what the other one was, but it's much softer. So I don't know. We'll see.
I love it.
Kind of what's there.
I love to see you coming around to the full diffusion.
We're getting it. Yeah, because the other one, I had an umbrella softbox, and then inside the umbrella, normally you've got a light that shines on the inside of the umbrella. So what I did was I put an adapter on the LED panel. So it used the LED panel to light the umbrella. Because otherwise, like with just a softbox on the LED panel, it was such a small thing. And this is actually smaller than what the softbox or the umbrella was too. The umbrella was a 35-inch, and this is 26. And I'm happy so far. We'll see. But anywho, let's see. What have we got here?
Looks good.
John Hayes, we were talking about the Adobe AI Enhance audio feature.
Is it doing it? I'm telling you guys, I hear nothing. I hear nothing on my end. It's pristine. Welcome to my party, though. That's why I have to hop off on the ends of some of these. Whenever it runs along, my internet is slow and catching up, and it'll start going beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
So I have to reset, and you have to cover for me. Appreciate that.
Okay, so he said
is it doable?
Is what?
Like,
doable?
should we? Is the live stream
doable?
Okay. You guys will suffer.
I mean, I don't care and really, if somebody's, it's bearable for me. With you, it's a little annoying at times, but it's bearable because I just want to listen to our conversation and I want to have a conversation with you. For everybody in the chat, I mean, if it's unbearable for you, well, sorry. I don't know. Because we're live. They understand, I think, that it's hard for us to get our schedules around to be able to carve out this much time every week. And once we've got it, we'll do what we can to bear and just grit through it. But it's like the alternative is we skip another week, and nobody wants that.
I think this is a clear representation of what it's like to be in video and have events or have live streams or whatever, because this is what happens. One variable, one lantern light box on your end highlights some sort of noise. So has this been going on for multiple weeks, or is this the first time it's happened?
Well, there was a little bit last week, and I can't remember if it was the week before. So but I didn't notice it this bad.
2 weeks prior, or maybe last week, I changed over to the A7S3. That was my one variable. And if my A7S3 is broken, I have some serious... I don't know if I'm okay with that. I've got some serious...
Well, I don't think it is, because you're on the A66 now, and it's still doing it.
Still doing it.
The next thing that I am going to...
I need a tinfoil hat.
Wow, that one's really bad there. I don't know what that is. And sometimes, and it's often like, how many cables do you think that you've got running into your computer right now?
Mercy.
To and from it.
I can't even. I mean, it's only limited in theory by the number of ports, but I've got port adapters to add more cables. So
Right. I have
tons.
2 different USB expansion hubs for this thing. So I don't know how many I've got. Not all of them are connected either. Like I've got
10?
Did I have the behind the scenes camera set up last week?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have it set up today, so then I was thinking, well, maybe those cables are over there. I don't know. And the only other thing that I messed with this week is this. I unplugged it on yesterday, I think, when I was messing with the MacBook Pro, and I used it for there. But I just moved the cable over. Maybe it was going around. The only other thing, no, it's probably been 2 months that I've had this. I've got a phone charging desk mat, which is USB-C, but I just unplugged it, so that shouldn't do anything. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or not. But anyway, John, he was saying he cheats with the Adobe tool. He used to take it, do a low-pass filter noise reduction, and then truncate silence, and then upload. Yeah, you can cheat with that Adobe tool. It works. John did say while you were out is that...
Are we talking about the AI? The
yeah.
podcast AI? Okay.
The only thing he did say, and he agrees with me, is that it makes it dead. There's no room noise. Yeah. So it sounds like you're in a studio, which if you like that, it's good. I know when I'm listening to like sermons, I don't listen to a ton of them, but I do listen to a few. And when I'm listening to, and not a few every week, just like a few every month maybe. When I'm listening to those, it depends. Like, it depends on which setting. I don't mind if it's just like feels recorded in the studio. I'm able to kind of maybe focus in on the voice a little bit more. But there is an emptiness to it. A little deadness, I think, is a good one.
Speaking of, I may have told you guys this, but there's a competition called The Voice. And I did some filming for that. And when I had to go into post and try and save the audio. Oh, in our city, there's like a local competition, The Voice. It's much more scaled down. It's The Voice for Habitat. So they're raising funds for Habitat for Humanity.
Okay, so kind of like with the Dancing with the Stars thing where it's a local thing? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I'm thinking you're talking the NBC show The Voice, and I'm like,
no, I'm not
like,
there.
how did I not hear about this?
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be there. This is the local Stephenville version of that. But they had a lot of really good talent come from all over, and they sat down. We did interviews, we did their auditions, that sort of thing. So it's just like how it goes on in The Voice, and it was really cool, except for the band. We shot it at Tarleton, and the band was practicing in the background, and so they have clarinets and horns and stuff going off, and it's forever away, but somehow or another my mic's picked it up. Anyway, run it through this Adobe Magic thing, and for I would say, I think there were like 12 competitors. For 11 of the 12 competitors, saved my bacon, sounded amazing. It made me look like I planned it from the get-go, that it was this sterile, clean environment. One of those competitors, sweet little girl, Christian girl, that was part of her thing. She's out loud about her faith, but she's just like this real, almost like she's got her little dress, and she's very meek and soft-spoken, but she can belt it out. She sings kind of an operatic type style. Anyway, she's doing her interview, and something happens with the program, and she starts manifesting. Like this AI thing just it was nuts, dude. So here you have this sweet little girl. The audio is kind of garbage because the music's in the background, and it's just
that's hilarious.
It was crazy. So I had to apologize. Basically, I cut most of her interview out and down to only the clean parts. So she had this really short interview of, "Hi, I'm Sweet Sugar from whatever," and then she's done.
Nice.
Anyway, that's the downside. So it can save your bacon or it can ruin it.
Yeah, and that was one of those that I did tell my brain, John,
coffee,
that it becomes artificial. I did need coffee. That's what I was texting, and I was saying coffee as I was
like coffee floated in here.
I sent it to Micah. I was like, "Are you on coffee duty?" She's like, "No, I'm with Mom." And I was like, "All right, well, now I'm gonna run through the list, and I'll go youngest to oldest and see who's actually
Someone's bringing coffee.
Someone's bringing coffee. I'll just tell them to bring like a hot pad and bring me the whole pot. But I had mentioned to John that it is kind of artificial. So
Yeah,
it gives
absolutely.
that, which I don't like that. Like I was talking to some of my sermons that I've messed with it. It's the audience that's in the background when you hear them like getting vocal with the message, and it's like sounds like aliens in the church that are trying to shout out an amen. It's like it's just like no, that's not going to work. So John thinks I need to tape my phone to my chest and do a POV run here.
Do it for the coffee. Will it work?
Oh, you know what? I have one of those things that my family bought me that go around the neck that you can hold your cell phone out here so when you're laying in bed, it doesn't drop on your face.
Yep.
Dude, we should do a vlog like that.
Just turn it around.
I don't want to give us any more challenges because we're already challenging ourselves too much.
Speaking of challenges, you nailed it, man.
Well,
You nailed it this week. I watched it again this morning, and I can't tell if it's because I've just missed seeing your face and you making videos and stuff, or if it's like, if it was really that good. I think it was just that good. I think it was a well-timed, well-paced. I mean, you went places, you did things. It's the chiropractor. Yeah, you went to the chiropractor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even remember the vlog.
It was enough of a break. Well, that's like sermons for us.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Right.
But it's like there was enough of a break in it, or enough difference that it just kept you watching. And then the way you ended it, we talked about this a minute ago, but the way you ended it sounded like the beginning to the next one. And I was like, oh, dude, if he does this, because you have the ability to do this, I can't do this. I can't look far enough in the future, have plans about it, but you can. That was brilliant.
Well, see, now you got me thinking maybe I do need to do something about it, and I don't know. We'll see. Maybe
If it's not there, it's not there. But it
won't be the next video,
cool.
but it might be the next vlog because there is a video that's coming that's not a vlog, like you're used to from me. But it's coming. Like yesterday.
A video coming.
Yes.
That we're not used to. You have my attention. What? Say more. Well, the kids say less.
It's going to have some screen recording elements of it, and I have everything set up. I created Ecamm. How did I not even realize that Ecamm will let you set up profiles? So I have a completely separate profile for now, like screen recording for these type of videos, which means I'm planning on making more of these, provided I actually enjoy it. And then I've got a separate profile now for the Vlogpasters. So all of my specific settings, so the destinations that it's going to, all of my scenes, everything is custom per profile, and I can have multiple profiles on here. And I'm like,
this is all off Ecamm, right? Okay.
I'm like, that's how did I not realize that I could do that? I've been using this for 2 years now, and maybe longer, I don't even remember, but how did I not realize that? But I just got it, so I created that separate profile, and then it links in with my Stream Deck, so I've got a separate profile that's corresponding with that. And I'm like, this, if, and this is still a big if, but if this works the way that I envision, and I'm hoping it does, it's going to be making it much easier for me to create content.
There we go.
Which could be good. So
could be good. Will be good.
Well, it depends on what type of content I'm making. But the next thing that I was thinking about is now I need to figure out how for like those Bible verse shorts, how do I use that for this? Like, how do I create a separate Ecamm profile to do that so it just cuts a whole lot down? Although, to be fair, my workflow for that is already really simple. When I can make 30 videos in an hour, it's like, does it get much easier than that?
That can't be hard because I mean that's a punch in, which is probably a preset for you if I know you.
Yeah.
You got a little punch in, punch out. Yeah. You're set.
Yep. Yeah, so the only thing I have to do on that, the punch in, punch out, is really just kind of adjust the position and where it's at on the Bible, and that's it. But I'm sitting here and I've got the ZV1 right about here with the screen flipped up so I can see what's down there, and then that's it. Slide the Bible across.
Yeah.
You hear it now?
I do not hear it, but I can see it in the comments.
All right. I don't know where it's at. Audio's cutting in and out for anyone. Hopefully not too bad, but apparently it was. But the, yeah, so just record, slide Bible in, slide Bible out, find the new passage, slide Bible in, slide Bible out, new passage. And the SM7B just sitting right here. So that was Genevieve saying, yes, the Vikings Gallarhorn. Ooh, coffee. That's what I texted her.
I figured it was your brother. Knock this business off. Can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised
Speaking
it's
of,
not. I do need to. Speaking of what?
He may not be
brother?
out here, but yeah, speaking of your brother.
Oh, there you go. Nice. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, workflow and everything. So hopefully it's good. Anyhow, let me go through some more of these comments here.
You're killing it.
Tomlinson Road saying, yeah, you did, as far as making it. That is good. Made my week. Glad to hear it makes your week.
Dude, it was awesome.
Just love the fact that Jarrod was forced to upload. Like, it was amazing.
Okay. It's time to do some fessing. Okay? Time to do a little fessing.
Time to do some fess up.
And hopefully the audio will cut me out on this so that I don't have to relive it on a scale here. So my agreement in this challenge was that I would drop all of my videos, and I did not drop all of my videos. I dropped 2 of my videos, and the other 2 that I was going to combine together could not make the cut because they were bad. And they still are bad. So I did not technically drop all of my videos, and for that I would be failing this challenge. So for clarification and to be accurate, Joshua did his portion. I did not do my portion of the challenge. I think I said I would drop all of my videos. I dropped the ones that were good that could make it out the door. The other ones could have been, but they're just bad.
You know what? The fact that you at least gave us 2 of them, I was happy with. If you wouldn't have given at least 2, I might have revolted.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There's a good chance I would have done that just because it was like, no, if you only released, you said I would have dropped all my videos, and then if you only released one of the, I'm going to release all of my videos. That's
messed up. But dude, I didn't think you were going to pull it off because I
didn't think I was going to pull it off either.
Day 1, you were on the couch. Day 2, you were like on the couch or whatever it was. You sent me an emoji of you on the couch. On day 2, you're like, too much going on, not going to get it pulled off, but maybe, and then you basically pulled that together in Thursday evening, Friday morning time frame somehow.
Friday.
And but you did it all Friday?
All Friday. I didn't do anything Thursday night. I sent you the gif of the Cheetos on the belly. But I didn't do anything Thursday night.
I think maybe from my perspective, because I was out and about doing things on Friday, I didn't hear from you basically from Thursday night, whenever you sent that, until Friday, and you're like, yeah, I'm up and ready to go. Hey, you better be prepared. And I'm like, I've got to work through some vlogs here. Yeah. So anyway, it didn't happen. So I just released the 2 what I got that I was quasi pleased with. So
and I'm looking.
Dude, let's do that again. More 4-minute and 59-second videos out of Joshua Verwers. Was it 4:59? It's got to be close.
I think so. I think it was right at just under 5 minutes. Yeah. There's that audio. That pesky audio. What is it? Well, okay, so I moved my Roadcaster and it goes away. Oh, ooh. I wonder. I did do...
What did you do? Here it comes.
So I said I didn't do anything else.
What had happened was...
I did do one other thing. You remember when I was making said vlog and I had to... Never mind, it's there again.
Oh. Thought we had it. Dude, this sound gremlin for us is...
So, anyways, the one other thing that I did, and it still could be that, the one other thing I did was I'm trying to use this beautiful autonomous desk. Yeah. It's a gorgeous desk. I love the wood grain. It works perfect with my black goat skin Bible. So... Why was that funny?
I don't know. Just the detail of it. I mean, look at this desk, this beautiful mahogany with this. Yeah.
You do realize that this is like a podcast. There are people that are going to be trying to listen and they can't see. They're not video.
I didn't know you were bougie like that. I love it. Go ahead.
I am bougie like that. Anyways, hold on. I'm trying to figure out all of this different. I don't even know where I'm at. What am I going with? I don't even. I'm doing. Oh, there. Hold on. I'm trying one more thing. One more thing. I just needed to check because.
What are you doing?
Well, hold on. David entered in the chat. He said, "What software program are y'all using for live streaming?" Ecamm. And so yes, it's Ecamm, and I was like, I'm going to try to let him know, and I'm going to drop a affiliate link down in the description if you want to try it. It doesn't cost you anything extra. It does provide a little bit of cha-ching in my pocket if you wind up using it. But Ecamm, so I was looking for the right affiliate link, and now I realized in doing that all of the affiliate links on all of my vlogs, I think they've been the wrong affiliate link. So I need to update that because I was like, I've apparently got 2 Bitly links and they're not correct. Anywho, so yes, Ecamm is the software. Ecamm is amazing. It's what I absolutely love. When I first started live streaming, I had a Windows PC. I was using vMix. If you're wanting to be able to do a lot of this stuff, it's amazing, especially with the comments popping up like that. vMix was the only one that could really do it for Windows at the time. There is like StreamYard now, but everybody likes StreamYard. That's great. I don't. I'm just not going to promote it or recommend it because I don't want to, without trashing them. I just don't want to. I just don't like the product. I have used it. I don't like it. Ecamm is the Mac version of what vMix was. Ecamm is Mac only, so if you don't have a Mac, you're out of luck. But Ecamm is the sole reason that I went to Mac. I was that impressed with the software that I bought myself a MacBook Pro just to run Ecamm, and then was so impressed with Ecamm and how it runs on the MacBook Pro that then I upgraded to a Mac Mini when those came out with the M1 chip. That's what I use. So that's what we're running with, and it has the built-in stream feature. Hey, did you notice on your screen? Look in your lower left corner of your thing.
Yes.
Did you see the little Vlogpastors logo in there?
Oh yeah. Look at that little. Right. I will say as a guest here on the show that this is so much nicer. From a third party perspective, what you have to deal with vMix, you had screens running and you were constantly having to monitor things and adjust things. Whenever you had to tweak something, it would take you like 5 minutes. You'd have to like sit there and Twitter with it and get it all fixed up and ready to go. But here, like, I can see the comments, I can see what you're doing in a way. It's user friendly. And whenever you're going to fix something, from what I understand of what you've shown me, you're just dragging and dropping because you have all these pre-selected scenes and they're just going in. Yeah, it's very user friendly.
Yeah, it's drag and drop. It's easy. Like Josh has some videos going on. Has some videos going on how he does live streaming. And if he doesn't, he might be making a video on his What Joshua channel. And yeah. You know what?
I'm so glad John's here today.
Here's the other thing that Ecamm can do. I can edit comments. So John also said he did this. Or at least I hope he will.
Oh my goodness. That's dangerous right there. That is dangerous.
Being able to change people's. So David, yes, thanks for that. Where were we at before that? We were talking about the challenge.
Ecamm. Oh, challenge.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
yes, I did all that on Friday. It felt good to be back in the swing on the challenge, to be making videos.
Yeah, what was that? What was that like right there? Because was it hard to get creatively up and going, or just when you woke up on Friday, today's the day? Because you had Wednesday, nada, Thursday, nada, Friday, you were finally ready to do it, or what was the click? Because I think that's something that we all kind of struggle with. It's like, I don't want to. Here we go.
Wednesday night, I have not been getting a lot of sleep recently. I've not been sleeping well. So Wednesday night, I was over at my mom's. I was leaving. She and my grandma hadn't been getting really good sleep. So as I was leaving, I was praying for them, for them to get rest, for them to get sleep, to be just refreshed and rejuvenated. And I was also starting this new series at church on prayer and how we pray like Jesus prays. And I had been breaking down like the Lord's Prayer and the components to it. So then I just kind of used that and made my own prayer for me getting some rest. I needed some sleep. I also needed some stamina to be able to get everything done during the day, as well as everything that gets thrown on my plate last minute. And then I also needed the strength and the willpower that isn't in me currently to be obedient to what God had called me to do, because I was being disobedient and blaming it on a lack of energy, a lack of whatever. I was making excuses. And so I was just praying, God, give me the strength, because I don't have it. I don't have the energy. I don't have the focus. I don't have the stamina. I don't have the willpower. It's not in me, but you're in me and you've got it. So equip me, enable me. That was Wednesday night. Thursday, like that night, I got amazing rest. Felt rejuvenated.
That's awesome.
Eating a whole lot healthier, but it was one of those busy days and I just didn't get around to doing it. And by the time it's afternoon and I'm getting tired after the bus route, it was like 6 o'clock, I think, when I sent you that text of the Cheeto bowl. I hadn't been eating Cheetos all day, but I hadn't done any video or recording, and I wasn't planning on it at that point. At that point, I was like, I'm tired. I just don't have the mental focus. I need another night's rest, and we'll see how the morning goes. And so I prayed again, just give me the focus so I can get this done in the morning. And then there we go. And I was interrupted throughout the day, but I had most of it, all the vlog. I think I was down to like the last minute and a half that needed edited before I went on the bus route. So then when I came back, it was just refreshing it. And as you know, when it comes to editing vlogs or any video, really, that first 30 seconds is where you put like the most time in on getting it started, setting off on the right foot to try to hold their attention, let them know what's going on. So the beginning of any video is where at least for me, that's where I put 80% of my editing in. So once I'm through that first minute, it's like, oh, it's all easy from here.
So you do it. Yeah. You do it after the fact. I've just now started kind of adjusting the way that I think about that. I used to be stuck on videos because I couldn't think of the first 30 seconds. Like, it needs to be this level of interest and intrigue that I won't even make the rest of it, because I spent all my mental energy on it. And then once I'm done with that, recording it, I'm not even talking about editing it. Once I'm done recording it, then I'm like, what were we shooting today? Because I've spent all of my passion on getting this first 30 seconds ready to go. I'm just now getting to kind of what you're talking about, where it's like, just go on about your vlog and then find those key nuggets and pull them out and kind of place them in the first 30 seconds. Or, if I need to, even I can go back afterwards and refilm it. And that's been an unlock for me, honestly, just getting that whole thing done. But I want to ask you a question. I know you've got a comment that you want to chat about.
Can I put one thing in, just a pin, because it's going to be in exactly what you said. I used to do the same thing where I had to think about the beginning. I've stopped doing that, but it was after you and I did that editor swap challenge, because that's where it finally dawned on me that you can tell a story in just the edit. So that's where it's like, I don't need to waste all this energy on crafting the beginning. I just need to know where I want the video to go, or at least have a rough idea of where I want to go. And then when I get down to editing, I'll craft the first 30 seconds however I need. See,
that's so funny. That is so funny, because out of the same exact experience, I realized that I need to do a lot more planning and getting to the point, because I rely, as you saw from my footage, I rely on like vomit, get it out there, live life, and then come back and see how we can piece it together. Yeah. And yours was only, you couldn't mess that up. It was in the video was the edit. There was no real straying from it. I mean, you could have. Just because we're talented in that area, we could have really messed with some of those. But if it was to be true to how you filmed it, there was no deviation. Like, you had it. Intro, here we go. This is where we're going with it. Here are the points. Here's my conclusion to it.
Yeah.
Here's what we
Although
did with it.
that was a much easier one because that was my drone vlog, right? That you edited.
I don't remember the actual content. I just remember going. There was no fluff to it. It was just.
I think wasn't that the
this
one
is
where I
segment.
flew the drone in the house? I think it was the first day I got the Mavic Mini 3 or Mini 2 or whatever it was.
Okay, that's ringing a bell, dude. Yeah, maybe.
But that was the one that it was like I kind of knew ahead of time because I was already going to go do something.
Mhm.
And so there was already a plot to what it was. All I needed to do was just fill in a little bit here and a little bit there, just some dialogue and commentary to try to steer it. And I do kind of record with the edit in mind. I still do that. So I'll think about what I want to say now and then go from there. And it's like, okay, I just said this. Where do I need to go?
Yeah.
And then the next thing.
And for those of you,
even with that vlog I just did last week, that was easy because I knew all I really needed to do was make a video about making a video because I don't want to make a video, but I need to make a video. And it was like, you gave me the whole idea for the video just in the challenge. So I was like, well, this is going to be easy.
yeah,
It was a little easier. All right,
it
your
was
question.
a little bit.
You had
Yeah,
a
I had a question. So you've said this for multiple weeks in a row because I think we view this a little bit differently. One of the big themes of your last vlog, this one, was if I'm not posting content, I'm being disobedient.
Mhm.
And I've heard you and Diana talk about that a lot. It's actually the name of our group chat right now. Something to the effect of not
Obedience is publishing videos or something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. Obedience is publishing videos, and I've agreed with you in the past on that, but I'd like to kind of explore that a little bit more because, we do have so much going on that God has also entrusted to us.
Correct.
You have a family that you're supposed to look after.
Yeah.
You have a church that you are shepherding. You have community involvement opportunities that He's given to you and sent along the way. How do you find, I guess, that balance of I'm creating for Him the things that He's brought me, and I'm not being I guess negligent would be the word, but I am being obedient, but I'm not being legalistic about.
Yeah.
I need to produce 3 videos a month and just that whole thing. So what's your process like?
It's kind of, so I've mentioned this before as well, that this is a digital ministry to me. And I've got my physical ministry, I've got my digital ministry. God has called me to ministry. I didn't realize He had called me to digital ministry until He had kind of placed it on my heart, and I kept trying to pawn it off on other people. And they're like, yeah, I don't think that's for me. I think it's for you. And then after much prayer, then it was like, oh yeah, you do want me to do this. So I treat the digital ministry a lot like the physical ministry, but I don't even really put it in a hierarchy because it's kind of like if I treat it like my family, I've got to be a father and a husband for all of them. And there are days that one of them will need more attention than the others. And that doesn't mean that just because I didn't give them the attention today, I was neglecting them. However, when I never pay attention to them, and if I've gone weeks and months without giving them the attention that I'm supposed to, that's where it becomes neglect. That's where it becomes disobedience to me. So I've got to try to foster that. That's kind of how I treat the digital ministry aspect of it, and going back to like, what has God called me to, and what does He want me to do? And even calling it a digital ministry is weird because when I think most of us think digital ministry, we're going to think sitting here, opening your Bible, and now turn to the book of Second Hesitations, and we're going to do a study because that's all we've ever seen. But just like in physical ministry, there are various ministries. There are different ways of doing a ministry. Me and my physical ministry, you mentioned community involvement. I have very little of that because of the way that our church is and its identity. It's in Sheraton. 99% of our people, actually currently I think it's 100% of our people, live either in Sheraton's in Lucas County. So Sheraton's in Lucas County,
What just happened? Just
audio.
time out. Okay,
Audio.
okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear it. So
I'm like
what is
leaning,
happening?
trying to mess with something. So Sheraton's in Lucas County. To the west of Lucas County is Clark County. That's where I'm at. That's where about half of our church members are at. And then to the east of Lucas County is Marion County. And that's where half of our church members are at. So it's like right now, the majority of our church members, and it's not exactly, we've got some in Warren County, which is up here, and I think some over in here and maybe here. The majority are not in Lucas. Actually, I don't think anybody's in Lucas. So because of that, our church with community involvements in there, in that community, it's never really worked, and it's just not our way of doing things. Now, when they've invited and they've asked, sure. And then when I tried to be more involved, man, there was a lot of pushback and there was a lot of resistance, and it was quick for me to realize, maybe this isn't the vein that I'm called to be in. So with that, there's not as much community involvement. So I think we just have to bear with it. That may have been perfect.
What was that?
That was a sound effect from the little pad that I've got here, and my thumb just accidentally hit the right one because it was a little spooky that thing keeps coming up. Yeah, John saying so fitting for a sound effect. Okay, so for me, physical ministry, digital ministry, my digital ministry doesn't look like everybody else's digital ministry just because my physical ministry doesn't look like everybody else's physical ministry. And I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with, and this is where God keeps kind of pricking and prodding at me, and why I say disobedient, is when I'm just not doing what he's told me to do. Doesn't mean I have to be involved and I have to be doing 30 days of vlogs in April. Never going to happen again. Because that was for a season or a reason at the time. It's not for now. I'm going to say never, because I don't think he ever wants me to go back to doing that. I can't foresee it. I think I've gleaned all I need from that time. But if I go like a year and not even doing an average of one a month, like to me, that's neglectful. And that's what he's put in mind. Other people are fine with it. Like, and it works for their channels, their ministries, whatever they want to call it. It works. I'm not saying a one size fits all for everybody, but for me, it's just not. It's like, I don't have to preach every Sunday, but he's called me to preach. And the majority of them, the vast majority, like 50 out of 52 weeks, I'm pretty much preaching. But there are times that I need a couple weeks off. And I'm good with taking a couple weeks off and not doing anything. So with the vlogging side of it, the digital ministry side of it, that's kind of where I've come in, where it's just, I know that recently I haven't been doing what he called me to do with this. Does that explain it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I was just curious because I didn't necessarily feel the same way. You know, I've had probably a month or so. It's been a period of time since December that I haven't been posting as regularly, and it's like I don't feel disobedient.
Yours didn't come across that way. Knowing you and having the conversations with you, it didn't come across that way. I really think I don't know, was it Diana that had changed that to obedience is publishing? That came right after me dropping the video of saying disobedience over and over again. No, I never felt you were that way, just because you and I've had those conversations where, to me, this almost seemed more like a Sabbath rest for you, where you needed time to pull back and really reflect, refresh, see what God is doing in you, through you, and where does he want you to go before you take that next step. Me, that was not the case. Me, I was just lazy and disobedient. That was all it was. So that's why I've been saying it.
Okay, I got you. I appreciate you sharing that with the world.
Yeah, hey,
I was just curious.
I like opening it up and just saying, "Hey, here I am." I mean, I do that at church and sermons all the time. It's freeing and liberating for me, because I'm like, especially if I start telling my faults and flaws, they're never going to hold me on a pedestal. And that is only beneficial for me and them both. It's like, I'm going to fall. Here's how. Here are the many ways that I've done it. Here's what I did this week. So it's like, don't follow me. Only follow me as I follow Christ. If I'm not following him, don't follow me. If I am following him, do follow me.
Yes.
So, yeah. Anyway, John says, just start swatting at imaginary bugs in the air. Yes, and he thought it was so fitting of a sound effect. He says our church is similar, a majority drive from somewhere to get there. We have one person from the town that we're in. And that's where I was at too.
Do you think that's just a rural, if your city, your area is more of a rural thing? Because that's us too. I mean, I would say the majority live in Stephenville, but we still have a good portion. Barely a majority, like half live in Stephenville and the rest are in the surrounding area.
I fully believe it is. It took me a long time to come to that realization, and it was only after studying back through church history and even studying a lot of the churches in our area and coming to find out that they all started as like, it was a farming community. It was agricultural around here. So everything was rural. So you'd have, 50 different farmers and all these different lands, and they needed a church. So they'd drop a church right in the center of everybody, and everybody would kind of travel into it. And
that's us too.
That's how it started.
All of our cities are kind of set up that way. I'm sure y'all's are too, but we're a day's ride away from one another via horseback. That's how it's all laid out. Like it's a horseback ride to Dublin. It's a horseback ride, a day's ride to Stephenville. Yep. How you do?
Yeah. So
there's a church outpost there. Sorry.
And once I realized that, and then it's crazy because our current culture, when you tell them that you've got to drive a half hour to get to church, they're like, isn't there a church that's closer? Yes. Like I've got one a block and a half away, and it's Pentecostal. So
yeah,
it's right there. But that's not my church. It's not the church that God wants me in and has planted me in. And so I would rather flourish where I've been planted than to try to pull out of the place that he's put me in and be planted somewhere else.
Yep.
Right. Anyhow.
Yep.
Hey, speaking of everything we do as pastors, do you guys handle your own taxes? Oh,
come on. It's close to tax day. This is relevant and this is important stuff.
Do you handle your own tax? IRS stuff your church went to order something claiming tax exempt and started a whole rabbit trail I'm chasing now. Yes.
You do,
and I hate it.
You do the taxes for your church.
Yes.
Are you? Oh my word! New
level
of respect for you, my friend.
I started out as assistant pastor.
Wow.
And so as assistant pastor, I wanted to learn how to do everything, and I wound up reading way too many tax books, especially when the tax code changes every single year. And it is such a pain. And then the state and government wanting way too much from me. And then it was just like, okay, there's got to be some ways of getting this. And then there's housing allowances, and how do you do housing allowances, and going through that and having to hold board meetings and having to find what the rental valuation would be and do all that stuff. And then it's got to make sure that it's actually documented and whatever. And then the other part is I called around to some local accountants, and because I had learned enough, I started asking questions. And when I say, okay, are you up to date with like the housing allowances for ministers? And they say, what was that? And I tell them again, they're like, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Click. It's like, you're going to cost me thousands of dollars a year. So I'm not paying you. So I haven't found the right one yet, but that has to happen. I can't keep doing this because I hate this time of year.
We used to have elders who took care of that for us. They ran the whole thing. All finances came in, went out, all tax stuff went through them. However, they were tough to get along with. Not in that like they're bad people. It's just they were responsible for all of the weight of it, making sure all the T's were crossed and I's were dotted. And I tell you what, one of the single greatest things that we've ever done was outsource that to a CPA or whoever, tax person, because in our area, just what you said, they deal with so many churches that they know of loopholes that we never, sorry, that sounds bad, but they know of tax breaks and legal loopholes and issues that we weren't even maximizing. And we moved everybody from 1099 to oblivion into some W-2 stuff, just, depending on who wanted to come in and who didn't. And it's been good on the old pocketbook for everybody all the way around, the church and the pastors who were involved in that.
It went away.
What are we doing?
The noise.
Oh, spastic moment. Everybody break out.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly the response I got. Yeah. Taxes for churches, payroll taxes, paperwork for the state, etc. And there are loopholes, if you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. It's all legal. It's all on the up and up, and they just expect everybody to be kind of ignorant of it, and they're going to take whatever they can. But yes, it's a pain. It's a hassle. I don't like it. I don't want to do it ever again. I would like to get rid of it. The first person that comes out and runs for president and wants to guarantee that they will get rid of the IRS and completely abolish them. You run for president and you say you're going to abolish the IRS, I'm in. I don't really care about biblical qualifications. I'm in. I don't know why you don't have audio. I have audio. The rest of you have audio? Can everybody hear me at this point? Jarrod says, I can hear Jarrod. Jarrod can't hear us. Jarrod says, be right back again. So apparently I'm coming over here to the main cam. But yeah, the IRS is so overly complicated. I'm okay with paying taxes. I'm not saying I don't want to pay taxes. I'm fine with that. There are government resources, government programs that need to be funded. I'm willing to give and do my part. I'm willing to do all of that, but I am not willing to, Jared's like, I don't know what's going on now. You lost audio, Jarrod? How did Jarrod lose audio? Was it me swatting at the bugs? John says he has audio. David says he has audio. I can hear you. You can talk.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, well, I can't hear you. So
yeah,
that's fun.
Let me see if there's anything on my end. Cancel here. Oh, it says the guest has muted themselves. Oh, you just muted yourself again? Apparently that's what he's doing. He's trying to figure this out. Did you hit a button on the Roadcaster? I don't know. Did I? Let's see. Did I hit a button? Nope. I hit no buttons. Well, this isn't fun. Jarrod not having this. I hope that answers your question, John. I'm now upset at you, John, that you even asked the question, because I didn't even want to think about taxes anymore. It's the 19th. I thought we were all done with that yesterday. Make me think about it. Make me talk about it. For shame, John. Jarrod's questioning things. We hear him. He hears us. I had somebody on Facebook reach out that specializes on accounting for churches. Send me that info. I want to know who that is, because I might be looking for something like that. I know we've got some people in our ministerial alliance or association, I guess, that kind of specialize in some of that. I probably should look into it a little bit more, just if for nothing else, take one more thing off my plate, which would probably be highly beneficial. But I don't know. Jarrod says nothing. You literally have nothing. So he can't even hear. He can't even respond to what I'm saying.
Water. Water.
I'm typing in the chat here. We can hear you just fine. How's I tried to hit enter. Maybe I didn't hit enter. What?
Y'all go on.
No. We can hear you. You can't hear us. That is an issue.
Jarrod cannot hear. No, he has zero audio. Zero.
Did your headphones
come unplugged, Jarrod? No, they did not. We're still in. I can hear. I've already run through the settings on my computer to make sure that they're still functioning. They are indeed. Hopefully I'm not talking over Joshua here. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Audio interface. Uh-huh. Oh, something weird's going on down there, too. I can see it now. Dude, I can see it on the audio, but I don't have any.
Well.
Input. User interface.
Yes, that could be a fun lightning round if Josh asks a question and Jarrod has to random answer it.
That's hilarious. All right, let's try it. Come on.
Okay. Question 1.
First one. First question. Here we go.
What is the price of tea in China?
What am I saying, Jarrod? What you are saying is what you were saying. Go ahead. Next question. Nailed it.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Something about squirrels living in the jungle. I'm not sure. I'm not a professional. But I think they're woodland creatures. I think they're probably outside of that climate.
Pretty close. What is a cubit?
What is my name? My name is Jarrod Brown. Lynn is my middle name, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
That's right.
Do you understand the IRS tax code?
What do I want to eat? Gas station tacos. I'm a sucker. Honestly, you got me. I'm a sucker for some gas station tacos. I do love them. We have a new gas station coming in. It's QT. Normally, we're stuck with Allsup's burritos, and people they'll rag on Allsup's burritos, but you know what? You get the right amount of salsa on an Allsup's burrito, and I can't tell you. It doesn't matter what kind they are. Just slather that stuff on there. I'm a sucker for some good gas station burritos. Was that it? I'm pretty sure I nailed it.
I'm asking him QT as in Quick Trip?
Yes, as in Quick Trip.
Ooh.
I know.
I like Quick Trip.
I know. I'm very excited. Very excited. It's not like what you guys have, but...
One more.
Dude.
What are you going to be preaching about this Sunday?
I don't remember the last time we went skating. I really don't. I'm pretty sure we didn't. Once upon a dream. I know you.
Now Jarrod's audio went out. We can't hear you. That's crazy. I'm looking. I've got nothing from him. Do you guys still hear me? Yes, this is good. Oh, that's so good. I agree. I agree. You know what we could possibly do? Okay, so you guys can still hear me. I'm going to type to Jarrod that he could try to come in via his phone.
Okay, I think I'm going to let you
how
guys
about
do your
that?
thing.
Can you hear me now?
Connect via your phone and headphone. What? Dude, come on. You're good? Josh, you're good, but you're not that good. I don't think you can train me. It's the talent that you're working with here. I don't think you can train me in
I'm
the next
asking him,
couple of seconds how to
do
connect
you
all
have
that. Okay, you can try to
headphones
connect.
for your phone?
I don't even know how that works.
If so, just use
Yes.
your
Bluetooth,
phone
perhaps.
to connect to the eCam.
Oh, I have more
link,
toys. I'll be back. Talk
and
amongst
that
yourselves.
might work. I don't know what he's going to try to do. I'm trying to basically walk him through on how we can use his cell phone and stuff, stuff like that. I love you guys in the chat because you are so very helpful. Let me see if I can find that pop up again. Oh, he disappeared. Where was the floating Jarrod? Was it this one? Was it this one? Was it this one? I don't know where he went. I had him somewhere, and then all of a sudden, he disappeared. But I know where to find him. There. Jarrod's gone. We can just put him in here, and I'll drag this up to the whole thing. So that way we've got we've got him whatever he goes. Basically, what I was telling him with eCam, he can wind up using his cell phone to dial in. And then we could either wind up using that audio to overlay it, or we could potentially just do, I think I could either do that, or we'll have multiple cams. We'll have 2 cams with Jarrod or something. We'll figure this out for a second. But if he tries to use that, then phone, use my eCam link, dial in that way. But now, will this phone break Jarrod's internet? Yes, it most definitely will. It most definitely will, I'm sure. So yeah, a light bulb. I'm hoping this winds up working. It may not be the crisp, clean audio that we're used to, but it'll still be funny. And I'm kind of with you, Vaughn. I love that silent, random thing like that. It was hilarious. We're going to see what he does. If it works, he'll be beeping in here in a second. And while he's doing that, I'm going to see if I can get some more coffee. Need to get Gru saying light bulb here. Oh, that's what I need. I need eCam to like integrate GIFs where we can pull them up. That would be amazing. So let me see. More, please. And I text her. I love my wife. I didn't tell y'all yet. I do. I absolutely do. See, there she is. There she is. Do you wanna peek in here and wave and say hi to everybody? Seeing that Jarrod's kind of doing his thing. All you gotta do is just peek in. Or just a hand. A floating coffee hand even. See, there she goes. There we're in. Okay. I have a new guest. And let's see if I can do this where I'm going to try to assign Jarrod.
This is a mess.
Hi, Jarrod.
This is a mess.
Can you hear us now?
No?
You still can't hear us?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
And you can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. I can hear you. We can hear.
Yes, let's continue.
What
about gas station burritos? I have this.
You were the one talking
Why?
about gas station burritos.
I beg to differ.
So
Also
the great thing is that John says that this was awesome. Tomlinson Road saying this is greatness. Y'all can clip this. Living in the Gap saying I'm literally laughing out loud just as I was. And Vaughn believes that this should be a regular segment for us. Which...
Are you serious? No.
Oh, you're going to have to go back and listen to this. I am going to clip this at that section of us doing the random Q&A. And it's going to happen.
Great.
I also needed to clip one more from last week where I was talking, where Genevieve was giving me her own incentive. I thought that would be a hilarious clip to post up on there. So because it broke you. Like, yes, and this should be in yeah. John says this should be in reverse next week. So next week you need to ask me the questions and I won't be able to hear you, and then I'll just have to answer what I think. So it's like a lip reading challenge. It's a weird lightning round lip reading. The lightning round lip reading something or other. I was going to look for another
I'm surprised this is working. Honestly, I'm surprised this is working because
Ecamm's amazing.
Roof is metal. Well, I'm on a cell phone signal now. We are nowhere. This is Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but you've still got Wi-Fi with it, right?
I've got Wi-Fi with it. I don't get it, but I mean, in the house, like I'll miss phone calls. I'll be on Wi-Fi talking to somebody and it'll drop it. So this is amazing.
John says, just for everyone joining late, this is the third camera Jarrod is on his live stream. For those that might be listening to the audio podcast here.
Sick burn, dude.
And the funniest thing is I think this is the cheapest camera that you're on now.
Dude, this is... Y'all are teasing, but this is personal for me because this is the story of how Sundays go. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. This is Sundays for me. That bothers me.
I don't anymore.
How do you not have it? So like you can have a perfect process set up.
I don't stream.
Works for 99 times, and then you do this, and it's like you change one element, or somebody else changes an element, and then it's gone.
All right, fair enough. I do understand that, but I now control everything. I don't stream. I record. I upload the audio later, so that way I don't have any friction that comes in. The last time friction came in was that 2 weeks ago, Easter Sunday. Imagine that. And my Rode Wireless Go, the lavalier that I connect underneath, I usually use toupee tape on the back of the Invisalab, and I stick it to my chest, and apparently I let my chest hair grow too much, so it didn't want to stick, and it fell down in the middle of the sermon, so I had to just like grab it and shove it in my pocket, and the audio was horrendous. So it was like, nope, you're not getting that sermon. If you weren't here, you're on your own. But yeah.
So I'm curious about something. Is my audio real bad on this cell phone, or is it passable?
It's not bad. It's all right. What I could probably do is I can probably even
in theory, could you bring this one over?
Let's see. Could I bring that one over?
Check. Could you do that one, or does that mess with things?
I wonder how I would do that.
It's working just fine. Who cares?
What if I did?
Got so many cell phone stands.
And what if I did? Wait, hold on. What if I go back to here? I'm gonna try something to put you in the green room. How do I do that? I don't know how I would do that.
This is a mess. This is a mess today.
Overlay, a new camera overlay, camera.
This looks like our first live stream ever. Oh my goodness. Whoop. This is where I keep the blankets and pillows.
I don't know. Do you have your thing on?
This is Inception. Which, yeah, it's on.
Your SM7B's on? Oh, no, you've got yourself muted.
Let me triple check. No, I'm unmuted now. So that you could mess with it. Yeah, I'm unmuted.
Your SM7B says you were muted.
Now I'm frozen. There we go. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so your SM7B, it's not showing any audio right now.
But why?
He's like, why?
Why wouldn't it show any audio? What is happening?
I think your audio is actually good though. But I think it's good for now. I think it's all right. We're getting a little bit of an echo now.
I see that. What about
that? But
now
it's not.
I just muted the other one.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
Weird.
We'll just keep that. So,
okay.
You know, if you had one of these things though, if you had one of these Mantis pods, Yeah,
I'm
you got
working
so
on
you got
that.
a cell phone on there, yeah. Because with the Mantis Pod, it's all just right underneath here, and you just pop that thing out, and you snap her there, and you stick this in here, and
You
then all of a sudden,
obviously haven't seen my desk.
bam,
Yeah.
and you're good, and you're
Out of
locked
the
in and
way.
going. Anywho, what's going to be interesting?
Where were we on this highly polished live stream?
I don't remember what we were at. Oh, wait, hold on.
Something happened?
Vaughn saying, have you guys seen those bad lip reading memes? Hilarious. They are hilarious. I love them. The NFL ones, I look forward to them every year. Brian Sorosa hopping in live. Hey, Brian, just to keep you up, as you see, Jarrod is now on his cell phone video, and he's just slightly crooked.
I'm
but
working on it.
the reason that he is crooked is because all of a sudden his audio on his other one went completely off the rails, and he just lost track. So he's actually on his third camera. John says, Jarrod, you need to pull out the Mevo for a fourth camera now.
Don't tempt me. I'm ready.
John is ready to go into some fighting stuff. David saying, I reckon this is something that we can look forward to when we start live streaming. Yes, absolutely you can. And just understand that anybody else who has ever live streamed ever understands when glitches like this happens. I know that you see kind of what I'm doing, and you see some of the pristine and some of the polish, and it's like, oh, Josh makes it look easy. It took a lot of work, and a lot that didn't even get uploaded, because there were times that I would just run through live stream settings without doing anything. I probably should do like a walkthrough, a tutorial if I was going to create more videos, but who knows about that. So, anywho. Oh, Jarrod, I had something I wanted to talk to you about, though.
Yes.
Yes. There is a tweet that came out. It's a video
mine, right?
that was There was a video that was released by Team DeSantis in the last 24 hours. Have you seen this thing?
Not seen it. I have not seen it. What is it?
This is the moment of this vlog where we start to try to get canceled. So hopefully this plays for you, Jarrod. And if it does, I want to see your reaction live.
Presents
Real man of women's sports.
Today we recognize the men who've hacked the system.
Hack the system.
Once mediocre in the men's division, now cream of the crop in the women's.
From mediocre to champion.
You couldn't cut it with the boys, so you pushed women off the podium.
Real man still first place.
Because without you, sports would be fair. Without you, women's sports would be for, well, women.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Wow. What did you think about that?
I loved it. Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, I mean, they went for it, though.
They
went
just
straight up went for it.
straight for it. And it is hilarious. 86 minutes in, and we're getting the original content Josh had planned. Welcome to the Vlogbusters podcast. Vaughn zipping the lips. John says, "Was that Babylon Bee?" And
Vaughn's
so true.
like swimming away right now. That's one of those. It's one of those maneuvers.
It was not. This was launched by the DeSantis War Room. It says Team DeSantis on the video. Like, I think it said right up. Yeah, Team DeSantis presents. But then it was like freedomheavy.com. I don't even know what they do or anything. So that I have no clue. I didn't pay attention to who was doing it or why they were doing it. This isn't any type of political endorsement by any means. But that is just pure hilariousness. And, you know, it's like that old saying that it's funny because it's true. Yeah,
Oh
he
my
said, I
goodness.
thought I saw a line like that from the Bee, so I wasn't sure. You probably did see something like that from the Bee, so it's possible. But I had a feeling because it just hit and I just heard about it that you, Jarrod, probably
Oh
had
no,
no
hadn't
clue.
seen it. Hadn't seen it.
Um,
My only reaction, if you want the raw one, is that I'm a little frustrated that I didn't make that video. That
right?
was. I mean, that's doable. That was incredible.
And it was such a cheaply produced and edited video that it was like, you could have made that thing using like, I don't know, what is the Apple iMovie? And I don't know, spent like
Or
$10 on
Camtasia or
Fiverr
anything.
just to get the voiceovers. It was
Yep.
like, yeah. Genevieve saying they went straight for the Adam's apple.
My goodness.
I'm
Oh man.
oh,
This used to be a show. Oh my
oh,
goodness.
that was
Wow.
that was so good. Oh man.
Oh wow.
Or we could say a low blow.
Again, I'm upset that I didn't think of that. That's amazing.
Oh,
Oh
whew.
goodness.
Eyes are watering. Oh, that was
Oh.
that was good stuff.
So I guess he's just going for it then. I mean, is he just declaring war on the whole thing? I mean, political
well, I mean,
correctness and all the.
If you've been following, like I try to follow a little bit of everything politically, not just Iowa, not just Maine national, but I like to pay attention a little bit in each state and kind of see what's going on. And I've been monitoring what he's been doing over the last few years. This is on brand for him. Like he's
No, it
pushing
is. I
back
know he's-
against woke culture and political correctness and anything that just flies in the sense of, I don't know, common sense and traditional logic. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I have heard rumblings around the state that he's, or somebody that's close to him is looking for people in Iowa to help out. So is he going to run? I would imagine so. Which, I mean, when you start doing stuff like that, on top of the fact that you've done a ton in your own state legislatively, and you've got, what did he won that last election by big margins too. So who knows? It's going to get interesting, but I just love the fact that somebody put something like that out there. And that it wasn't the Babylon Bee. You know, I would expect that from the Babylon Bee.
I didn't expect him from him. Honestly, I know he's like Ben Shapiro in the respect that he believes that when he's in a conversation, a dialogue with a liberal or someone far left leaning who's trying to misconstrue the facts, his theory is you put them down and you put them down quickly, which is Ben Shapiro's also. Yeah. I mean, mercilessly, here come the facts with a deluge. But that seemed a little bit more jovial and almost like making fun a little bit, and I'm curious as to how that'll resonate. It's hilarious.
Which president was it? Elijah or Elisha? I think Elijah that was mocking. Hey, where's your God at? Did he take a potty break? Yep. That's the vibe I get from that type of mockery. Because it is a sarcastic form of just mocking somebody. And to me, when you have become so foolish that you utterly reject all truth, it's time for you to be mocked and for the world to see the exposure of your foolishness. So I'm fine with that. I appreciated it so much that I giggled and had to make sure I didn't wet myself or something. I mean, I was laughing hard. Fortunately, the only liquid came from here, but that was. Hey, yeah, there's Vlogpasters. You didn't expect that one coming from the show today, did you?
Dude, I didn't expect half of the show today. This has been shenanigans at its finest.
And I don't think we actually got to anything today that you had even said that you wanted to talk about too, either.
Nope, and that's totally fine. I mean, I'm hanging on by a thread here.
Hey, but you're still
I'm down
hanging.
to a cell phone on a Joby pod.
And speaking of hanging on by a thread, I should probably find out, because we got so late and rushing into this, if you've got an exit date that you need, or an exit time. That's what I should say.
Exit time?
Yeah.
I've got a phone call coming up here in about 9 minutes.
Cool.
So
I suppose then maybe Vaughn is correct. We should probably just end the show on Genevieve's high note or low blow or whatever we want to call it. Because that
amazing.
That I still look up at that comment and I'm like, oh yeah, that was perfect. So. All right, well, next week we will see what other type of gear that we can play around with to break the stream, because that's what we are, the Vlogpasters. We just do stuff and things. Until next week, stay blessed, enjoy God's best, have a fantastic week.